Welcome to Swam Korsa CAD. I am Dr. K. Tamil Manan, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Today we are going to discuss the topic on rapid prototyping. Rapid prototyping is basically a manufacturing concept or manufacturing techniques that allows for fast fabrication of various products or components based on the computer models, which is designed by using three-dimensional computer-aided design software. So basically, it's a fast fabrication techniques, which is produce the various products or components on three dimension by using the CAD software. Rapid prototyping is used in variety of industries. Nowadays, the variety of industries, the rapid prototyping concepts or techniques are mostly used to fabricate the various type of components or products. These techniques allows for fast realizations of ideas into functioning prototypes, shortening the design time, leading towards successful final product. These are the functions is facilitated by rapid prototyping. There is a process of rapid prototyping concerned that its creation of CAD model of part design, which is a component or product going to manufacture the same that model CAD computer design model has been created in the CAD software by using the CAD software. Then it will be conversion of CAD model into STL format so that the CAD image, three-dimensional image has been converted into STL format. The slicing of STL file into the thin sections, the STL file has been sliced according to the requirements of the manufacturing products. Building part layer by layer should make the building part by layer by using the rapid prototyping concepts. Then finally we'll get the post processing, finishing, joining operations. Then we'll get the final product. So this the figure shows the rapid prototyping the concepts. So that it's a prototype that it can be refined and iterate and review it and deliver it. So this figure shows the concept of rapid prototyping converted into the manufacturing the various parts or components or products. The process of rapid prototyping consists, first we can develop the outline specifications, build the prototype according to the three-dimensional model and other specifications. So test the prototype, and if it is the prototype which has been is it adequate in the system or not. If it is not adequate, and go for rebuild the prototype. Then if it is adequate, then go for the delivering the systems. This is a simple process of rapid prototyping. There are various types and classification of rapid prototyping, such as LOM, laminated object manufacturing, SLA, stereolithography, FDM, fused deposition modeling, SLS, selective laser sintering, and 3D printing. The 3D printing is the latest concept we are using based on the rapid prototyping concept or techniques. The rapid prototyping techniques, the subtractive rapid prototyping techniques are used. The subtractive type is a technique in which material is removed from the solid piece of material until the desired design remains. So until the desired design dimension of the object or products is, we have to remove or subtract the material is removed from the solid objects until the required design objects should come. The type of rapid prototyping includes traditional milling, turning, drilling, and more advanced versions which also includes computer numerical control, electrical discharge machining. Also that conventional and computerized machining operation also involved in rapid prototyping techniques. Another technique is subtractive rapid prototyping. The subtractive type rapid prototyping is typically limited to the simple geometries due to the tooling process where the material is removed. This type of rapid prototyping is also usually takes a longer time. The main advantage is that end product is fabricated in the desired material. The end product has been manufactured as a desired material. Another method is a additive rapid prototyping. Additive type rapid prototyping is the opposite of the subtractive type rapid prototyping. It's just entirely opposite of the subtractive type rapid prototyping. The material is ordered layer upon layer to build the desired design, such as stereolithography. fused deposition modeling, and 3D printing. These concepts based on the additive rapid prototyping. It's instead of removing the materials in like subtractive rapid prototyping, but here it's increase the layer by layer. Additive type rapid prototyping can fabricate most complex geometries in shorter time at low cost. These are the major advantages of additive type rapid type prototyping. It can fabricate the most complex geometries at shorter time. The time also its consumption of the time also manufacturing time also less, and cost also it will be less. However, the additive type rapid prototyping typically includes extra post fabrication process of cleaning, post curing, finishing. These activities also involved in the additive rapid prototyping. The various application of rapid prototyping, it suggests that it's mainly used in modeling, product design and development, and reverse engineering applications, shorter production runs and rapid tooling, so that the production running life cycle times and rapid tooling applications. In medical applications, rapid prototyping is used to make exact models resembling the actual parts of the person. So the actual parts of the person exactly is produced by using the rapid prototyping techniques through the computer scanned data. How we can produce that by using the computer scanned data, which can be used to perform the trial surgeries. So the trial surgeries can be based on the this computer scan data by rapid prototyping techniques. Rapid prototyping techniques are used to make custom fit masks that reduce scarring on burn victims. So for to reduce the burn victims, that burn accident, that's burning injuries, we can have that the custom fit mask has been produced by rapid prototyping techniques. Selective laser sintering has been used to produce superior socket knees. The socket knees, the knees for the socket for the knees, then which high quality has been produced by selective laser sintering. Very tiny miniature parts can be made by electrochemical fabrication, by this very small, minute and particles parts which is made by electrochemical fabrications. In jewelry designs, crafts and arts also, that rapid prototyping techniques can be used in the various miniature and other jewelry designs, craft arts, like this kind of cosmetics products can be also used by rapid prototyping techniques. Some other advantages of rapid prototyping, it's a fast and accurate. It's very fast and it's be very accurate. Machining and fabrication should be in a very accurate manner. The surface finish is the quality is superior. This accurate surface finish and inexpensive method of prototyping design ideas. So the design ideas are inexpensive. Multiple design iterations, so that design iteration has been multiple, so that the accuracy has been increased, precision has been increased. The resolution not as fine as a traditional machining. So physical validation of design, no planning of process sequences, no specific material for material handling. So no specific material for material handling uses, no specific planning for process sequences, no need of jigs and fixtures, tools for visualization and product verifications. Some limitations are in the rapid prototyping, such as surface flatness is rough. The flattest surface is rough. The price of machinery and materials are expensive. The surface is usually rougher than machine surfaces. Some materials are brittle, so it can be very difficult to fabricate the prototype. Shrinking and warping in fabricated parts because of thermal distortions. So due to the thermal distortions, that the fabrication parts, that shrinking and warping maybe takes place. The strength of rapid prototyping parts are weaker in Z direction than other directions. So that it should be very weak in the Z direction compared to that in other X and Y directions. There are various materials are used in various rapid prototyping techniques. In stereolithography, we can use acrylics, clear and rigid, ABS like, polypropylene like, flexible or elastometric water resistance. These are the materials of properties. And 3D printing, polyester based plastic, investment casting wax, and fused deposition modeling. We can use ABS, polycarbonate, polyphenol sulfone, elastomer. These are the materials are used in fused deposition modeling. Selective laser sintering. There are various materials are used. Nylon, including flame retardant, glass, aluminum, carbon filled, and others providing increased strength and other properties such as polystyrene and it gives elastometric properties, steel and stainless steel alloys, bronze alloy, cobalt. These are the materials used in selective laser sintering rapid prototyping techniques. We'll see the one by one the various rapid prototyping techniques such as stereolithography. The pot is produced a vat containing a liquid which is a photocurable resin acrylate. So the photocurable resin acrylate used in the stereolithography techniques. Under the influence of light of a specific wavelength, small molecules are polymerized into large solid molecules. This is the basic concept of stereolithography. The small molecules, based on this specific wavelength of the beam, it's polymerized into large solid molecules. This is a basic concept of fabricating rapid prototyping products. The stereolithography machines create the prototype tracing by layer cross sections and the surface of the liquid polymer pool with a laser beam techniques. By using the laser beam, it can be trace the layer cross sections and the surface of liquid polymer. In the initial position of the elevator table in the vat is the topmost position. This figure shows the functioning of the working of the stereolithography. So here the laser beam emits the laser beam that it's through the scanning system. The scanning system is pass the laser beam to the molecules that the polymerized molecules. The polymerized molecules is converted into large solid molecules. The liquid molecules has been converted into solid molecules by using the stereolithography techniques. So the electron beam passing through the scanning system and then it's to the products. The products are located in the liquid polymerized resin which has been converted into solid object. These are one of the concept of stereolithographic techniques. The laser beam is driven in X and Y directions by program driven mirrors to the sweep across the liquid surface so that it's solidified to a depth design depth say 1 mm. So the based on the design depth has been designed by the system so that the direction of X and Y, the program driven mirrors sweeping across the liquid surface, the solid object has been produced, the depth of object has been designed. In the next cycle, the elevator table is lowered further. This process is repeated again until the desired 3D model is created. This image shows the functioning of stereolithography. The laser beam, the gun emits the laser beams through the scanning systems. The scanning system emits the laser beams to the object or product which is located in the vat container which having the photopolymer resins. This photopolymer resins is formed into the solid object which is going to fabricate. This is a basic concept of stereolithography. There are various applications of stereolithography techniques such as its very detailed parts and models fit and form testing. The trade show and marketing parts models. The trade show and marketing parts the model can be used. Rapid manufacturing of small detailed parts. The small detailed parts can be helped in the rapid manufacturing. Fabrication of specialized manufacturing tools. The specialized manufacturing tool can be fabricated. Patterns provide a pattern for investment casting. Also provides pattern for urethane and RTV modeling. These are the application of stereolithography techniques. Next, the fused deposition modeling. These are another techniques of rapid prototyping. The spool of thermoplastic filament is used to fed into a heated fused deposit modeling extrusion head. Here it's a thermoplastic filament plays an important role for the fabricating the object or component by using the fused deposition modeling techniques. The X and Y movements are controlled by a computer so that the exact outline of each section of the prototype is obtained. So the controlling the X and Y direction by the in the computer so that the outline section of the prototype of the object has been designed or defined and get the object according to the movement of the X and Y directions. Each layer is bonded to the earlier by heating so that each and every layer is bonded based on the heating or the thermoplastic filament process. This method is ideal for producing hollow objects. This method is mainly for produce the hollow object. This figure shows the fusion deposition modeling techniques. That's support the fiber have that fiber. This is the model fibers. The heater heads scan in 3 dimensions. Solid objects support materials. When the thermoplastic filament when it's heated in the extrusion the extrusion head has been heated, the power has been supplied through the support fiber, so that it has been heated. So the based on the heat, the layer by layer has been converted into the solid object. So it's that fusion deposition modeling is produced the hollow solid objects. The object is made of using a continuous thread of polymer through a narrow heated nozzle that is moved over the base plate. The thread melts as it passes through the nozzle, only to get hardened again immediately, so it touches and sticks to the layer below. The support structure is needed for certain shapes, and this is provided by a second nozzle sequencing out of similar thread, usually of different color, in order to make it easier to distinguish them. So the layer by layer is produced by using the polymer resins by the heating the element, so that we can show the different colors for different layers. That's why we can differentiate the object of the products or elements by fabricating fused deposition modeling techniques. At the end of build process, the support structure is broken away and discarded, and freeing the object, so that we can at the time of post processing, the support structure has been broken out and discarded. We can get the freeing the object. The object has been, we can remove the object from the supporting structures. The fused deposition modeling method produces the models that are physically robust. So which is not which is physically robust, that can be produced in the fused deposition modeling. Wax can be used as the material, but generally models are made of ABS plastic. That wax and ABS plastic can be used for fusion deposition modeling, which is used for that make the converted into solid object by heating process. Some application of fused deposition modeling, such as detailed parts and models for fit and form testing using engineering plastics. The detailed parts of patient and food conducting applications. So patient and food conducting detailed parts also fabricated by fusion deposition modeling. So testing used in engineering plastics also used in by fused deposition modeling. And higher temperature application, various plastic parts at higher temperature application also is fabricated by fused deposition modeling. The trade show and marketing parts and model has been produced by FDM. Rapid manufacturing of small detailed parts also has been produced by FDM. Patents for investment casting also produced by FDM. Also the fabricated specialized manufacturing tools by fused deposition modeling techniques. And next one is the selective laser sintering techniques. A thin layer of powder is applied using the roller. Here it is a powder has been plays an important role for to fabricate the products under rapid prototyping. The selective laser sintering uses a laser beam to selectively fuse powder materials such as nylon, elastomers, and metals into solid object. So the powder has been converted into solid object by using the laser beams techniques. The CO2 laser is often used to sinter successive layers of powder instead of liquid resin. Here it is in earlier techniques we are using the liquid resin to convert fabricate the solid object. But here we are using the powder has been used to convert the solid object, to produce a solid object. The parts are built upon a platform which sits just below the surface in a bin of the heat fusible powder. The figure shows the system that gun emits the laser beam electrons through the scanning system. This is a powder bed which contains the powders of nylon, elastomers, and metal powders. And this is a fabrication pistons and powder delivery. These are powder delivery systems, and roller passes the powder. So when the powder is delivered and passed to the fabrication piston, when the electron gun emits the laser beam, so that it passing through the scanner system. The scanner system focus to the object. The powder has been converted into solid object. So this is the concept of selective laser sintering, the working concept of selective laser sintering. The beam of laser then traces the pattern on very first layer, thereby sintering it together. So that the pattern traces the since from the first layer, so that sintering is together. The platform is further lowered by the height of the second layer, the powder is again applied. So every layer by layer the powder has been applied, so until the designed product has been produced. The process is continue until the part is completed. The excess of amount of powder at each layer helps to support the pot during its build-up. The excess amount of powder, it helps to the support pot during its build-up. There are a variety of application of selective laser sintering, such as slightly less detailed pots and model for fit has been fabricated by using SLS. And form testing compared to photopolymer is based methods. Rapid manufacturing of pots, including larger items such as air ducts, can be fabricated through the selective laser sintering. Pots with snap fits and living hinges has been produced by selective laser sintering techniques. Pots which are durable, which is produced by selective laser sintering, which are durable and use true engineering plastics. The patterns for investment casting also is produced by using this selective laser sintering techniques. Another important latest developing rapid prototyping technique is the 3D printing, three-dimensional printing. 3D printing, or called as additive manufacturing, is the construction of three-dimensional object from a CAD model or digital 3D model. So that from that CAD 3D model has been converted directly into the 3D object, 3D model. So that by this technology is called as additive manufacturing, or the 3D printing is also known as additive manufacturing method to creating three-dimensional object by layer using the computer created design. The computer created design in the CAD model has been developed and produced and fabricated by layer. 3D printing is an additive process, whereas that layers of materials are built by creating a 3D pot. This is opposite of subtractive manufacturing process, where the final design is cut from the larger block materials. So the final block is the final product has been cut from the larger block material. So the block has been removed, the final product has been taken out. As a result, the 3D printing creates a less material wastage, so that the material wastage has been reduced. The machine spread a single layer of powder onto the movable bottom and a build box. So this is a process of one of the 3D printing process. The machine spreads a single layer of powder onto the movable bottom and a build box. The binder is then printed onto each layer of powder to form shape the cross section of the model. The bottom of build box then lowered by one layer is thickness and new layer of powder is spread. The process is repeated for every layer or cross section of the model. Upon the completion, the build box is filled with powder, some of which is bonded to the foam pot, so which remain its loose. This is the basic concept of 3D printing. The figure shows the 3D printing concept. So it's a machine spread the single layer of powder. Initially, it's spread the single layer of powder in the movable bottom of build box. So it spread the powders. Then its binder is printed onto each layer of powder to shape the cross section of the model. So it's print layer. So that layer by layer the powder is deposited. Then it's fabricated. The piston has been dropped the final object. So that spread powder, first initial stage the powder is spreaded, then it's printed the layer by layer, then it's dropped the final product. The cycle has been repeated until for the required amount of 3D printing product has been manufactured. This is the intermediate stage, last layer stage, and this is a finished product. There are various applications of 3D printing. The most detailed parts and testing models available are using additive technologies for fit and form. So most detailed parts and testing model is possible in 3D printing. The patterns for investment devices casting, especially jewelry and fine items such as medical patterns for earthen and RTV modeling, these are possible in using the 3D printing. Next, the rapid tooling. Rapid tooling is a process of describe either use of rapid prototyping model as a pattern to create model quickly, or use a rapid prototyping process directly to the fabricated tool. So here it's a rapid prototypal model uses a pattern to create the model quickly, or we can be used directly to the fabricated tool. The rapid process is greatly used in the fabrication of production tooling. So it's manufacturing the production tooling, the rapid process can be used. Mechanical tooling is critical to manufacture low production volume and high cost, since the rapid tooling is an excellent application. So the mechanical tooling fabrication is its critical manufacture. So it's a low production volume because it's high cost has been high.
So that it's a rapid tooling is a excellent application in the rapid manufacturing of by rapid prototyping. Rapid tooling can be divided into two categories. One is indirect tooling, other one is a direct tooling. The indirect tooling is the most rapid tooling is indirect. The rapid processing parts are used patterns for making mold and dies. So mold and dies can be used through the rapid indirect tooling. In this method, pattern is used to fabricate the tool. So the pattern has been used to fabricate the tool. Some of the methods are sand casting, investment casting, vacuum casting, injection molding, and slip casting. These are the methods are used by the indirect tooling. But direct tooling, the rapid process directly used from the CAD data. So CAD data is computer design data. The image of the object has been directly used by the in the direct tooling method. Some of the methods, rapid tool, laser engineering, net shaping, direct access injection molding, LOM composite and sand molding, these kind of process that direct tooling can be used. Direct tooling method can be used in rapid prototyping. Learners, so far we have covered the various topics in rapid prototyping, such as the basic and fundamental concepts of rapid prototyping, various steps in rapid prototyping, and there is a principle and working of rapid prototyping, classification of rapid prototyping techniques such as subtracting prototyping, additive prototyping, the various advantages and disadvantages of rapid prototyping, and various industrial application of rapid prototyping, various materials used for rapid prototyping techniques, various rapid prototyping techniques such as stereolithography, fused deposition modeling, selective laser sintering, three-dimensional printing, and rapid tooling. Learners, you might have understand the basic and fundamental concepts of rapid prototyping. Learners, we have some different further reading. We have some books such as Automation Production Systems, Computer Integrated Manufacturing, Michael B. Groover, Prentice All India Limited Publications, CAD-CAM Sim by Radhakrishnan P, CAD-CAM by Groover Michael P, CAD-CAM by Principle and Application Rao P.N, Master in CAD-CAM by Ibrahim Said. These are the some books for further readings.
Learners, we have completed the course Computer Aided Design and Computer Aided Manufacturing. Hope you might have got well exposure after gone through this course. Now you might have well confident to work on design and manufacturing industry. Learners, thanks for the join the course Computer Aided Design and Computer Aided Manufacturing. Best wishes.